Welcome to the state of Ohio. I'm Joe Ingles, sitting in for Karen Kassler. Lawmakers are expected to spend the next 2 weeks fitting in what remains of the legislative priorities before session ends. As we head into the final days of the lame duck session, Statehouse correspondent Andy Chow has a look at what's gaining momentum and what's put off until next year.
There have been Senate and House committee meetings for hundreds of bill hearings in the past few weeks, and the picture of what will and will not pass out of the Statehouse by the end of the year is beginning to look a little clearer. A bill to overhaul the state's education department is seeing traction in the Senate. Legislation to shift power away from the State Board of Education and into the governor's office has been circulated for years. Governor Mike DeWine says he's for the bill.
What the public expects is accountability. And it's hard to have accountability under our current system. Having the Department of Education, with kind of a joint control between the governor's office and the governor on certain areas, and other areas be the state elected Board of Education, I think is a very significant improvement.
Another issue that Republican lawmakers have tried to pass for years is a reduction in the minimum training required to receive a cosmetology or barber license. An amendment was added to a bipartisan bill to include those controversial changes, reducing the hours for a cosmetology and barber license to 1,000 hours. That's down from 1,500 hours for cosmetologists and 1,800 hours for barbers. Republican Senator Christina Rogner says this is something that will grow the industry and is supported by the Ohio Chamber of Commerce.
That'll translate into individuals achieving licensure more expeditiously without compromising safety or hygiene.
Democratic Senator Cecil Thomas says Republicans took a widely supported bipartisan bill and added measures that made it unacceptable to Democrats.
With an impasse. I was all ready to support the bill until the amendments that were brought in, and then we had folks coming from all over the state saying, whoa, this is going to kill us.
The bill passed the Senate and moves back to the House, where leaders are unsure if it will get a vote or not. The House bill to ban transgender athletes from participating in girls' sports received its first hearing in the Senate. There are talks of last-minute changes being added to the bill before it gets a vote out of committee. A bill to include another factor to be considered in gun purchase background checks received another Senate hearing, but Republican Senate President Matt Huffman does not expect that to move out of the chamber by the end of the year. Lawmakers are also working on other measures, including one that could make sweeping changes to the state's criminal justice system and a spending bill that could appropriate what's left of Ohio's $1.8 billion in federal COVID relief funds. Although there are many unknowns, one thing that's certain is that lawmakers will be very busy all the way up to the end of session. Andy Chow, Statehouse News Bureau.